Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let me just adjust my volume for you. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. This is the first session of the digital skills training that we'll be having in partnership with Afro Women Connect Consultancy. My name is Beryl Lokwach. I am based in Kenya and I will be your trainer for the day. So I'm just waiting for, give me a second. Right. Like I said, we are here today courtesy of Afro Women Connect Consultancy, which is based in Kenya and in partnership with Impacta. Impacta is a non-governmental organization based in Nigeria that works to empower the African female entrepreneur. Basically, our goal is to bridge the gender business financing gap, and we do this through empowering entrepreneurs, basically biased towards women. But of course, we're not, shoving out men out of our target audience. So, if you are a man and an entrepreneur, at the end of the day, we are looking at empowering you. So, thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Beryl Lokwach. I'm a trainer for the day. With me is my colleague Dinah Cyril. You can see her in the chat section. Her name is highlighted in blue, and there's a blue spanner next to her name. So she will be moderating today's session, ensuring that everything goes on well and picking up your questions, responding to your questions, sharing important links that you might need to go through. You know, to see how you can, if it's building your Google business profile, if you want to build your own website, where do you get started? So she will be sharing the links in the chat section. Make sure you fill out, make sure you copy the links, paste them on your tab. You can always look at them after the session. And hi, Margaret. I would like to give a thumbs up to the people who are here before we even started the session. So Margaret is ready here to learn. Thank you, Margaret, for joining us. I have Caroline Mwazi, me too. How long is the session? The session is just 1 hour. So if you're in Kenya, we're using East Africa time. It's just going to be from 2 to 3 p.m. Okay. And then the next session will be towards the end of the week. I will communicate the same. And then I have Caroline, there's Comfort Akarakiri. So thank you so much. Comfort is joining us from Nigeria. So this is a Google training. Is it based on fundamentals of digital marketing? So no, this is not based on fundamentals of digital marketing. That is a whole different course on its own. So this training has 8 topics in it, and it's called the Google Digital Skills for Africa. All right, Google Digital Skills for Africa. So it's an initiative by Google. Basically, Impact has partnered with Google for this. So it's an initiative from Google to ensure that we empower entrepreneurs or interested people with digital skills. Okay. Hi, Jen, logged in from Kenya. Thank you so much. So I hope, Caroline, we are on the same page in regards to that. Like I mentioned, this is not based on fundamentals of digital marketing. But what we are going to talk about, in this series of trainings, like I mentioned, these are 8 sessions. There are 8 sessions involved. So what we're going to talk about is basically a 360-degree coverage of, how you can use the Google platform to grow your business. How do you create your own digital marketing strategy you want to get started? Because at the end of the day, even if you put your business on the online space, you still need to have a plan. You need to learn to have a strategy. How do you create your own digital marketing strategy? What are the components of a digital marketing strategy? Okay. How do you measure whether the platforms work out for you? So how do you look at the data and insights and make marketing decisions based on that? How do you look at the various marketing tools that are available for you to ensure that you manipulate the digital space to your advantage? So that's what we're going to cover. And the first topic we're going to look at is building your brand and selling on the online space. Okay. So this is on brand reputation. How do we get started with that? Hi, okay, Tade. I appreciate our trainers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I will repeat my name again for the people who've just joined us. Uh, Okay, but before we start the session, I would like to bring on board Jackie Malomba. Okay, she's the founder of Afro Women Connect Consultancy. And like I mentioned, we are here courtesy of a partnership with them. So I think it's important to have her on the call to say one or two things before we kickstart the series. All right. So thank you so much, Jackie. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Please confirm to me that you can hear me, Beryl.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. A very, very good way for us to start the year, week 2, and we are running with training. Build your brand and sell online. So this is an excellent opportunity for our members at Afri Women Connect. We are all very excited and really looking forward to the training. What do we do at Afri Women Connect? We connect women with all the good opportunities. We ensure that women get to know about opportunities such as this one that is being offered here today, and many, many others. So that is our business. Our business is to mobilize and to share information that is useful for women, especially women in business, and at this particular time when women are leading in business. So thank you very much. Very briefly, I really, really wish you all a happy new year, and I wish you an excellent time this afternoon for those who are in Kenya, and a good training. Enjoy yourselves and make sure you learn and get something out of this. Thank you very much, Beryl, even for this opportunity. Looking forward to the
Thank you.
training.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I appreciate. Uh, okay, so before we start the session, I'll just like to encourage you. I would really like us to be, very, I need to get your feedback. So if you have any question as we move along, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat section. Dinah is there to pick up your questions, and I will also be coming back. I will be taking pauses during the training to come back and respond to questions that you might be having. So let's make this as interesting as possible. I'm sure I'm going to learn so much from you as you're waiting to learn from me. So you can also like the session. You can hit the thumbs up, the thumbs up button session before we get started. And then you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to ensure that you get notifications, and click the bell icon to get notifications of other, future sessions. Like I mentioned, we have 8 sessions building upon each other. And also to let you know, you will be getting certificates at the end of each session. So you'll be getting certificates. So make sure there's an attendance form that will be shared towards the end of the session. Make sure you capture that in the chat section. Fill in the attendance form with your correct name as you would like for it to appear on your certificate. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So in this training, we're going to cover 3 agendas. The training is divided into 3. Remember, the overall topic is building your brand and selling on the online space. So it is divided into 3. The first thing we're going to look at, how do you establish your brand on the online space? Okay, how do you establish your brand? The next thing we're going to look at is how do you develop your e-commerce offering? So remember, sometimes as a business, maybe you want to build your website. You're not looking at a display website. So there are 2 types of websites. There's a display website, and then there's an e-commerce website. An e-commerce website ensures that you list your products on your website, and people are able to purchase from your website. So if you want to get started with the e-commerce way, how do you develop your own e-commerce offering? Okay. And then let's look at social media. You want to get started with Facebook, with Instagram, with Twitter, with LinkedIn. How do you utilize the various social media platforms to drive sales, and how do you decide on the best social media platform for your business? Because remember, we have different types of people, different demographics of people on different platforms. So the same way you would talk to people on Facebook is not the same way you would address people on LinkedIn. Okay. So how do you decide on the various, social media platforms at the end of the day that might suit your business? But before we get started, So we have boot camp that we've also partnered with Google for. It's called the Google Hustle Academy. You can find the link, will be posted in the chat section by Dinah. Dinah is my colleague. Dinah is in Cameroon. So you can see the power of digital. Dinah is in Cameroon. I am in Kenya. So you can copy the link g.co/hustle academy to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. It's a 1 week long bootcamp that happens Monday to Friday, and it takes you through, it's very intense. So you want to learn how to pitch your business. How do you pitch your business to potential investors? How do you create your own pitching deck? What are the various um, investor options available for you? Okay. How do you get started with digital marketing? You want to get started with running Google ads, with running social media marketing. How do you get started with that? How do you improve your business revenue at the end of the day? All right. So all these things, the funding options available for you, all these things are covered in the Google Hustle Academy, and it's free. You don't pay for it. So make sure you sign up. We should be having the first Hustle Academy in February. So make sure you sign up before. There's a rigorous exercise on shortlisting. So make sure just sign up. The link will be posted in the chat section. Ensure you get that opportunity. So this is a free opportunity. You don't pay for it. But now I would like to learn from you before I get into my details. How do you currently market your business? I know most of us here are business owners, are entrepreneurs, right? So I would like to know, what are the various ways that you have been using so far to market your business? How do you currently market your business? I'm actually in the chat section. I'm looking for your responses. If there are any responses, how do you currently market your business? So let me see your responses in the chat section. Feel free to drop your responses. If you've not been doing any marketing, there's no wrong or right answer. You can always tell me, you know what, Beryl, I have not, I haven't tried any marketing for my business, but I would like to learn. So that's also a response. That's fine. Okay, let me see your responses in the chat section. How do you currently market your business? WhatsApp posting. Wow. So blooming to ladies, is it WhatsApp business? Is it WhatsApp business that you use, or the normal WhatsApp? Charity email marketing. Wow, that's nice. Networking sessions and social media engagements. Uh-huh. Please, can I get formal lecture? So this is the first training. This is the first training. We have not had any other training before. So Bolanle, you haven't missed anything yet. So I forgot to mention, you can access the recording to this session immediately after the session. So the recording is available. You will use the same link that you joined with to access the recording. So if you always want to revisit the content, the recording is available for you using the same link. Caroline uses WhatsApp, email, webinars, teasers, prospecting and presentations, and LinkedIn. That's very, very nice. Amy, amazing. I use WhatsApp business. Caroline says she also uses Facebook and networking. Amy, I recently opened a shopping deck. No one has bought anything so far. Quite discouraging. That's fine. Most of the time, when you open a business, it's usually hard for, your business to get stable. I think most people say that you need like 1 to 6 months, like 6 months on the minimum. It could be more than that, but you need like 6 months on the business for the business to stabilize itself, for the business to make its own returns and profits. Okay. So if you started your business in December, you said in December, I think you need to be a bit more patient. Okay, give yourself a minimum of 6 to 12 months before the business stabilizes itself. So you need to have a way in which you can put in money, because it's very hard that you start your business and it starts giving you returns immediately. Okay, so sometimes you'll have to go deep into your pocket, chip in from your own pocket, just to ensure that it stabilizes. So meanwhile, you can look at the different options for you on how you can get more customers, how you can get more sales. And I'm really happy that you're here, because I'm sure you will learn one or two things. Okay. So thank you so much for your responses. we will move on to the next part. I remember I said this session is divided into three. The first one being establishing your business, your brand on the online space. What are the benefits? What benefits are brought to businesses by going online? I've seen most of you have responded that you've used WhatsApp, you've used LinkedIn, you've used Facebook. Okay, so what are some of the benefits that you've gained by taking your business on the online space? What are some of the benefits that you have gained by taking your business on the online space? You're welcome, Amy. Okay. What are some of the businesses that you have gained? Have you gotten more customers? Have you gotten more followers? Okay. It depends on what you see as useful to your business. Maybe you want to get more followers. Okay. Maybe that is your objective of taking your business in the online fields. Maybe you're looking at getting more customers. Maybe you're looking at making more sales. Okay. So what are some of the benefits that have been that you have you know gained from taking your business on the online space? Caroline says wider reach to clients you otherwise would not have access to. Correct. Because when you're putting your business on the online space, you're not just limiting yourself to the specific geographical area in which you're located. Okay. If you have your business in Nairobi, and you're looking at potential clients maybe in Mombasa, maybe you do deliveries, you're looking at Mombasa, you're looking at the wider, Kenya. So when you put your business on the online space, you increase your chances of reaching out to more people. So Caroline, I actually agree with you. Okay, Tade says one can sell your products without having a shop. Correct. You don't need to have a physical shop. You can always operate online. You can be an online business. All right. So that's also fine. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Bolanley. Bolanley. Thank you so much for that. I want to pronounce your name correctly. So let's look at statistics. At the end of the day, you want to look at, data that justifies why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. So you need to look at case studies. You need to look at previous data. And this is why it's important for, businesses to go on the online space. If you look at previous data for last year, that was, let's talk about 2021, actually. This is data for 2021. If you look at data for 2021, we had 1.79 billion people who shopped online. 1.79 billion people who shopped online. So you can imagine how many more people, because as we progress, we have more and more people getting on the online space. So you can imagine, obviously, this is data for 2021. Obviously, it has prorated upwards for 2022. And by 2023, I can actually guarantee you that the number is going to go up because more and more people are starting to, understand or basically embrace shopping online. Okay. Then we have 97% of people learn more about a business online than anywhere else. And this is correct, right? You can tell me if I'm wrong. If I want to learn more about Amy's business, she started it in December. If I want to learn more about it, I won't have time to call her and ask. Okay. If she has a website, I will go to her website and check. If she has a social media presence, I will go to her pages and check. Okay. So there's no point. I will only call her if maybe I want to make an order. Okay. Or I'm following up on something. But if I want to learn more about her business, I will just go to her social media platforms. Okay. Or go to website if she has any website. And then we have 95%. We're looking at the projection now. We've looked at previous data from past cases, but the projection at the moment is 95% of purchases will be through e-commerce by 2040. So more and more people, like I mentioned, are embracing how to shop online. So if you have an e-commerce site, you're listing your products. If you are dealing with products, you're listing your products on your pages. More and more people, you increase the chances of people buying your products. Okay. So how do businesses use internet? There are several ways you can use the internet. You can decide to sell products. Obviously, that is the goal for every business at the end of the day. You can decide to buy products as well. You can get your vendors, your suppliers from the online space. So you get to buy products from them as well. You can advertise. If you want to use social search engine marketing, and we are going to look at the different forms of digital marketing in the next session. Okay, so you can decide to advertise. Then you can decide, you get to reach more customers. And I think Caroline has mentioned this in the chat section. You get wider reach. Okay, and then you're able to research your competition. I'm able to look at what Amy does. I'm able to look at what Caroline does. I'm able to look at what Bolanle does. Okay, and if they're my competitors, I can see what are they doing better, what's working out for them, what's not working out for them. Can I do the same? How do I create my own unique value proposition from my research? All right. So when you want to get started with building your brand on the online presence, on the online space, there's several ways you can get started. You can get started with having a website. Okay, you can get started with having a website. Remember, most of us just mostly think that, I probably need to get a website developer to develop my own website. But there are ways in which you can develop your own website, and you don't need skills, and you're going to look at that. You can also decide to use social media. Okay, so there's also social media, and then there's also the Google Business Profile. You can decide to improve your presence on search or maps using the Google Business Profile, and we have a topic that's specifically designed for that. So make sure you don't miss the next sessions to learn more about that. Like I mentioned, you can use your own website. Okay, you can create your own website. You can decide to use social media platform. You can decide to use online directories, and we're going to look at this in detail. Okay, if you decide to use online business directory, this is like Yellow Pages. Okay, there's Yellow Pages, there's Africa Business Pages, and then there's the e-commerce platform. Okay, we all know Jumia. Jumia is an example of that, right? So let's look at e-commerce. 400 million internet users in Africa. 400 million internet users in Africa, second only to China. So besides China, I know China has a large population. So besides China, Africa is next in numbers to the people who use internet, and the figure is at 400 million people, right? And then by 2025, like I mentioned, more and more people are starting to shop online. And we said 95% of sales will be through e-commerce by 2040. That's what we said in the last slide. Okay, but let's look at by 2025, 10% of all retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion will be through e-commerce. All right, and then we will have, in past cases, we had 6.5 billion revenue generated from e-commerce. That's in 2017 only. Remember, as the years move on, more people are discovering the online space, more people are selling online, more people are buying online. So this number is growing by day. So they're different. If you want to get started with e-commerce, you want to build your own e-commerce platform, you want to build your presence on e-commerce platforms, you can get started with, you can go to Amazon. Okay, you can look at Amazon. You can just type this out in your chat, in your browser, and look at them and figure out what you think would work for you. So there's Amazon, there is Konga. Konga is actually the Nigeria's leading e-commerce platform. And then there's Jumia. I know most of us are savvy with Jumia. Myself, I've bought a lot of products on Jumia. Okay, so as a business, you can decide to, buy a space on Jumia and start listing your products from there. Okay, so there's Jumia. You can look at Jumia. If you're looking at maybe expanding, maybe your target audience is in Nigeria and you want to start, you want to get started with selling your products, maybe in Nigeria, you can get started with Konga, and then there's also Amazon. Okay, then there's the online marketplaces. There is the online marketplaces. We have looked at e-commerce. Okay, and we've said there's Amazon, there is Jumia, and there's Konga. But then there's the online marketplaces. All right, so there's Kilimall. Most of us here have also interacted with Kilimall. So there's Kilimall, there's Bidabuy. Bidabuy is very well known in South Africa. Okay, Bidabuy is well known and mostly used in South Africa. And then there's Gigi. Most people even, if I have a car and I want to sell my car, I can even list my car on gigi.com. Okay, so there's also Gigi that you can look at if you want to get started with the online marketplaces. And then I mentioned the online business directories. Okay, you want more and more people to learn more about your business. So you're basically manipulating several online platforms. You're building your presence on the online space. Okay, so we've looked at you building your presence on e-commerce. We've looked at Amazon, Jumia, and Conga. You're building your presence on the online marketplaces. We've said Bidabuy, Kilimall, and Gigi. Then you want to, also list your business on online directories. So there's the Yellow Pages of Africa. They're now online. I know when we were very young, we used to have the Yellow Pages. It was a big book, especially they were in those the telephones. What are they called? The landlines. Yeah. So there was a big book where you would get numbers of businesses, information about businesses. But now all this is online. So you can go to Yellow Pages of Africa and list your business there. Remember, when you get started with online directories, you put the name of your business, the name of your business, what does your business do? Do you have a website? What is the URL of your website? Do you have an office? Where is your office located? What is your contact number? What is your, if you have an email contact address, what is that? You put all that information there. It's easy for people to reach out to you and learn more about you. You can also decide to use the Africa business pages. I've talked about how to get started with the online business directory. Register your business details. What is the name of your business? What are you dealing with? Okay. Are you dealing with, you're selling electronics? Are you a tours and travel company? What are the different regions that you cover? Okay. What are your contact details? Which business sector are you in? Are you in the hospitality industry? Are you in the manufacturing industry? What sector are you in? And then your country or region. Remember, you can also indicate the countries in which your business operates. So it's easy for someone to go online. Maybe they're in Arusha, maybe they are in Kampala, okay, and your business in Kenya, but you've indicated that you also do shipping to maybe Kampala. You can reach out to Arusha. So don't limit yourself. Indicate all of these things, all of these details, so it's easy for someone to make a decision once they see your listing. Okay. So the different channels that you can use, you've said, we've also talked about social media. So you can decide to, if it's Facebook, okay, and we look at the different features of each platform before you decide on which platform to use. But remember, when you want to get started with social media, the first understanding you need to get is you need to have done research on your audience. Who are you targeting? Are you targeting adults who are working? Who are your target audience? What is the demographics of your target audience? You're also looking at their psychographics, meaning their values, their interests. Okay, it helps you to learn how to position yourself. Then you do, when you're doing your research, you understand that these are the people that I'm targeting, and most of them are using Facebook and Instagram. Okay, they're mostly on Facebook and Instagram. So there would be no point in me having a LinkedIn presence, a presence on LinkedIn, if it's not going to benefit me, unless I want to be a thought leader on LinkedIn. Because remember, I said that each platform has different features. That if you want to make sales and you figure out that my audience mostly uses Facebook and Instagram, then it would only make sense if I open a Facebook and Instagram account. Remember, when I open my Facebook and I have a WhatsApp business, I can always link my WhatsApp. You can sync your WhatsApp business with your Facebook. So when someone goes to your profile and they click the number on the profile, and it's a WhatsApp business number, it takes them directly to your WhatsApp business. Okay, so you can sync your Facebook with your WhatsApp business. So when you're getting started, you need to sign up. What is your business name? Remember, you're not creating a personal profile, you're creating a business page. A business page. Okay, so you create a business page, and you can also link your Facebook and your Instagram. Okay, you can sync your Facebook and Instagram as well. So if you make your post on Instagram, it automatically appears on Facebook. So these are the things that you need to look at. Okay, so if you sync your Facebook and Instagram, it's easy for you to manage both pages from your Facebook business page. Okay, so you need to sign up. A short description about your business. What are you dealing with? Okay, we are a business. that deals with maybe seafood or authentic African dishes, what do you deal with? But don't make the description too lengthy. People don't like to read a lot. Okay. So it's short and sweet, short and straight to the point, basically. So sign up, add pictures. Remember, people are also very visual. People are visual. I will see a nice poster. Okay. I will see a nice poster and that will prompt me to look at it. But if you're just putting a lot of, words, no imagery, it's very boring. You will not attract the kind of people that you're looking at. So make sure you use a lot of posters. If you feel like, you know what, I don't know how to create a poster, how do I get started with it? You can decide to go to canva.com. um, Dinah will post the link in the chat section, canva.com. So using Canva, you can create your own posters. Okay. You can create your own posters. So because they're already templates that are ready, you just need to customize them. Okay. You can go to canva.com. There's also free marketing kit. The link will be posted in the chat section as well. There's the free marketing kit by Google that you can use to create social posts for your various social media pages. Okay. Then with Canva, remember, as a business, it's very important that you have a logo. Very important that you have a logo that people can identify with. It's very important to have a logo that people can identify with. So assuming I see like the flyer that Afri Women Connect sent. Okay. I know Jackie was posting the flyer on her social media pages. It even before reading what it is, you see Afri Women Connect logo. You know what? I think this is something to do with Afri Women, okay? Because you've seen their logo over there. People relate more, such things. They're small things, but these are things that help with your brand image. So you can create your own logo even on canva.com, okay? So when you're creating a social media page, it's important that you have your logo as your profile picture, and then your cover photo is basically an image that mostly that best represents what your business deals with. Okay, if you're a restaurant, the cover image could be maybe some picture, nice picture of food, high resolution images of food. So I look at your profile, I already know, okay, this is a picture of a food. I think this is a restaurant. And then you have your logo as your profile picture. Okay. Then create your username, add your business details. What are your hours of operations? What are your contact details? Okay. Remember, when you're also making posts on social media, it's important to have a call to action. What do you want people to do? You've posted, fine. But what do you want? What is the action you want people to take? Okay. So do you want them to go to our website to make sales? Call us to make an order. Okay. So you've done your post and then call us to make an order. Visit our store for, to look at, your products. So what do you want people to do? What is the action that you want people to take when they see your post? So remember to always have a call to action. So I think at this point, I will be taking questions. I will be taking questions at this point. Dinah will also post the link of freemarketingkit.google. Yes, freemarketingkit.google, the marketing kit. You can use it to create your own social media posts. Hi, Anne. Anne is joining from Qatar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. So do I have any questions up to this point? Do I have any questions? Feel free to drop any questions. Let me just go back and see if I've missed anything. You can always drop your questions. Yeah, free marketing kit. Okay. So Dinah will post the link in the chat section. So it's just easier for you to copy it and then you can paste it on your browser and then you can look at it after the session. So do I have any questions? If there are no questions, you can also indicate no questions so that I know that we are ready for us to move on to the next part of our session. If there are no questions, you can always indicate no questions so I know we're on the same page. Any questions? No questions? We're all quiet. I would like us to be very engaging. Let's be very engaging. Thank you, Caroline. Caroline is very active. Okay. Thank you so much, Caroline, for that. Okay, Amy, I'm in Malawi and I've noted that e-commerce platforms are not being used here so much, such as Jumia. Okay, So I know different countries have actually different platforms. So I think it's important to look at, the country specific platform that can work for you, because you might decide to use Jumia and not many people use Jumia in your country. Okay. So it's still not very internet savvy. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I totally understand that. So if you feel like e-commerce cannot work for you, you can decide maybe to have a display website, that is the normal website that we have, or you can decide to now really be aggressive on social media. So you can look at the different options available for you. Okay. Yes. So they use Facebook and WhatsApp. So you see, this is something that you can aggressively use. If you have WhatsApp business, you sync it with your Facebook. Okay. So they go to your Facebook profile, they can easily come to your WhatsApp business, they can check out your catalog. Okay. Yeah. So that's something you can try and use. Remember, nothing is cast on stone. And what works for one business will probably not work for the other business. Okay. So you have to look at what would best work for you. Okay. All right, we will move on to the next part of our of our session. Jane, you have a question. You can just drop it in the chat section. I will look at it. If you have a question, just drop it in the chat section. I will look at it. Thank you, Dinah. Dinah has posted the link for the marketing kit. You can always copy that on your browser. So Jane, you can drop your question. I will come back to look at it. I would like to know how to market the consultancy business. So, what are you consulting about? Okay. And then, what are you consulting about? And then at the end of the day, who are you targeting? Remember, I said, whatever platform that you choose, the common denominator is your audience. So, who are you targeting? Who is your target audience? And then you figure out where are they mostly located. But so I think mostly with consultancy businesses, LinkedIn actually works best for that. I think mostly with consultancy businesses, LinkedIn would work best for you. So you have to look at, how do you optimize your LinkedIn presence? How do you optimize your LinkedIn profile? Okay. How do you build a presence on LinkedIn? Okay. Remember, even if you create an account today on LinkedIn, it will not start working for you immediately. Okay. So you have to figure out, how do I optimize my profile? You have to be consistent with posts. Okay. Post, engage with other posts as well. Look at the different, if it's different, you look at your competitors, look at the different businesses that, you share a target audience with, engage with those posts more. Okay. Because at the end of the day, as much as I'm engaging, assuming I'm a consultancy business. Okay. And you're also a consultancy business. So I come and look at your page, I start engaging with you, with people on your profile. Okay. So more and more people will get to know, what, that lady that normally comments here, I think she has a consultancy business. They come to my page, they see that I do this and this and this and that. Okay. So I get more people to come to my page. Remember, when you're looking at the customer journey funnel, awareness is at the top. There's no way you will get to conversion if you have not covered awareness. So you're looking at awareness. That is the customer journey funnel. There's awareness, then interest. Okay, because people have to show awareness, then they show interest, then they evaluate. Do I need to, reach out to this person? Do I really need this product? Do I really need this service? Okay, that's on evaluation. Before they engage with you, those are three steps even before engagement. I've said awareness, interest, evaluation, engagement, then we go down to conversion. So you have to ensure that you go through the customer journey funnel. You cannot convert if you have not looked at the different ways in which you can raise your brand awareness. I hope you're on the same page. Talking of Jumia, etc., it is difficult to get to the vendor list. Okay. How do you choose which online platform to use? Helen, like I mentioned, you have to do a lot of research. Don't just open up an online platform. Do a lot of research. Look at your competitors. They have a Facebook profile, an Instagram profile, a Twitter profile, a LinkedIn profile. Where do they get most people going to them? Okay. You can also run a survey. You can do Google Forms and run a survey on your customers and ask them which platforms are they mostly on. Okay. So you get to collect information that will help you decide on the platform. You want to manipulate a platform that will work for you. Okay. How does one market consultancy online? Well, I have never seen a consultancy business marketed on Facebook. Okay, but you can look at the guidelines. When you go to Facebook support, you can look at the guidelines. Then it will tell you, because things like there are guidelines on marketing. Okay, so you can't be a dentist and market your business. Okay, there are different guidelines for each. All right. Restaurants are not so many and people like to eat. Is it okay to change to food business or it will be spreading myself too much? And not so many. Is it okay to change to food business? Well, it depends on who you want to target. It depends on what you're offering. And even if there are so many restaurant business, what can I do different that is not the same as the others that will will create for me a unique selling point? Okay. So I think that's it. So I will come back to pick more questions. Dinah will also be responding to your questions in the chat section. Dinah, please make sure you respond to the questions in the chat section so that we don't take too much time. So the second part of this session is developing your e-commerce offering. How do you develop your e-commerce offering? Okay. You first need to have a domain name. What do I mean by a domain name? Domain name is like www.impacther.org. So you can decide to have a .org, .co.ke, .net, .com. Okay, so that is your domain name. This is what people will type out on your browser to get to your site. Okay, so you need to have a domain name. Remember, a domain name is unique to every business. It can never be the same. So you need to secure your own domain name. You can go to africa.com, Africa Domains. You can just type out Africa Domains and register your domain name there, or Google Domains via the Google Business Profile and register your domain name from there. All right. So you need to pick a domain. If it's www.amysfoodbusiness.com, amysfoodbusiness.net, depending on the domain name that you would want. So you need to pick a domain name. Remember, if I pick a domain name like .co.ke, it only means that people in Kenya, my target audience is only in Kenya. Okay, so .co.ke is limited to the country. Maybe .co.ng, I think, would be specifically for like Nigeria. Okay, so you need to pick a domain name and then secure your name. Okay, it's very important to secure your domain name. You can go to GoDaddy. So these are just sites that you can type out on your browser. Look at what you think would work for you. You can use GoDaddy, you can use Domainkin, or you can use Bluehost. So remember to also purchase an SSL certificate. I think like GoDaddy would give you a free SSL certificate. An SSL certificate is a security certificate. So you make your site secure, not susceptible to hacking. So when you go to a website and it's written like HTTP, when you're looking at the URL, HTTPS / whatever the domain name is. So the S means that there's a security certificate on that website. That is the SSL certificate. It means that site is secure. HTTP without the S, your site is not secure. Okay, so make sure you get an SSL certificate for your website. It means that your website is secure. Then, like I mentioned, most small business owners don't have the resources to get a professional web developer. You would need to pay a lot, because I know I'm not sure about the different web developers out there, but I know the minimum you can pay is like 40K. That is a basic display website. That's like 40,000 Kenyan shillings. But if you don't have that kind of money and you feel like, I feel like I really, really, really need to have a website for my business, you can go to wix.com, www.wix.com. You can go to Google Sites. There are ready templates for you. So you can create your own website. You do not need coding skills for that. Okay, so you can use www.wix.com or go to Google Sites via the GMB and create your own website. There are ready templates for you. All you have to do is to customize them in for business information, customize them with the theme. What are your brand colors? Okay, and we look at this because remember, as a business, you need to have a logo, you need to have a brand color. Like KCB, we see green. Most people, you see KCB with green, even their posters have green. So you go to their website, there's the green for KCB. Okay, so you need to customize these templates with your theme. You look at Stanbic, it's blue. Equity is that I think it's deep maroon or it's brown. I don't want to seem like I'm colorblind. Okay. So that is what we mean by your brand color. And you can even see the posters that they create. They create them according to their brand themes and brand colors. So you can create your own website on Wix.com or Google Sites. So I've talked about utilizing and customizing your templates. Input your business information, customize them according to your brand themes, according to your brand colors. Input information about your business, the homepage, about us. What do you deal with? What different kinds of services do you deal with? What are your products or services? How do you want people to contact you? Do you understand? So uh, utilize and upload content, and then upload content. If you have photos, maybe you're a fashion business. Last year, maybe you had uh, a launch, okay, and you took nice photos. You had a photographer who took nice photos. Upload this content. Okay, you need to humanize your website. There needs to have that human touch. Okay, so upload content, all right? But remember, the photos that you upload have to be high resolution images. And you also don't want to input heavy images or heavy videos because they might slow your site down, all right? So you just need to look at, you can always go online and look at the correct dimensions for images on your website and use that criteria to upload your images. Do you understand? So, what are your best practices when you're creating content for your website? Remember, I said whether you decide on website or Google Business Profile or social media page, then the common denominator is your audience. You need to figure out who your audience is. Who are you targeting? Because once you figure that out, you'll be able to know these are my audience. These are the platforms that my audience normally uses. This is the time when they normally log in online. You can actually get that information. These are the times when they normally log in online. These are the kind of content that they interact with. Maybe your audience interacts with video content more or image content more, or they like to read blogs. Okay, so once you understand their interest, you'll know how to position your content. But remember, at the end of the day, you want to position your business as a solution to your audience's challenges. That means you need to understand, what are my customers' pain points? What are the challenges that they are experiencing? And how can I position my business as a solution to that challenge? Assuming we were talking about the consultancy, I've gone online, I've done my research, then I figured these are the people that I'm targeting. And their main problem is they need maybe business strategies. Okay, they don't know how to create business strategies. All right, maybe they need a lot of um, information or guidance on risk analysis and mitigation. Okay, so when I'm putting my business maybe on LinkedIn as a consultancy, I position my business as a solution to that challenge. We deal with business strategies. You want to create your, we help businesses analyze and mitigate risks. Okay, so how do you position your business as a solution to that challenge? You need to understand your customers' pain points first. Then you need to do a lot of research on your competitors. What are my competitors doing? How are they getting clients? What are the kind of posts that they are making? Which social media platforms are they using? Which one is working out for them more? Okay, then you figure out what is the gap. Maybe they have a Google business profile. Okay, Or maybe they have a website, assuming they have a website, but they're not running SEO on their website. SEO is search engine optimization, and we will look at this in the next class. Okay, so they're not running SEO on their website. So maybe I can have a website and then I can run SEO. So when someone goes online and search for a product or service that I'm offering, my website will appear higher on the search engine than theirs because they're not doing SEO. Or I go online and I figure out they don't have a Google business profile. Remember, all these things are going to cover them. Okay, so if you don't understand, make sure you attend all the sessions. So they don't have a Google business profile. So you know what? Maybe I can decide to create my own Google business profile. So do a lot of research on your competitors. It will help you in determining your unique selling point. And then I've talked about learning the search engine optimization basics. Basically, the search engine optimization is how you optimize your website to improve your ranking on the search engine. So when you go online and people are searching for either a product or service, there's the listings, okay? There's the results that come up. So how do you ensure that your listing appears at the top? Because people don't go to the sites that appear at the bottom of Google. So imagine I search right now for um, restaurants offering authentic African food. Okay, then I have like 1, 2, 3, then going all the way up to 10, and then there's page 2. I don't have time to go to the ones at the bottom or the ones in page 2. I'll basically probably pick the first 3. So how do I, as a business, if I'm not running paid ads, I don't have the money for paid ads, how do I ensure that I improve my ranking? That is search engine optimization, basically, and it's free. Okay, you don't pay for it. All you have to do is put in work. So you can also decide, when you decide to get started with e-commerce, you can decide to have plugins. Plugins are softwares that give your website additional features. All right, they give your website additional features. If you're running a promo or discount code, we had Black Friday running the whole of November last year. You had discounts that you're offering, you have offers that you're offering. You could have input that as a plugin on your website. So an easy to check out tool. So it's easy for people to check out on your website. When they put products on their cart, they don't get stuck out at the point of checkout. Okay, so you need to input an easy checkout plugin and search engine optimization plugin. These are things that you can use as they give your website additional features. You want to do email marketing, okay? You want to get started with email marketing. That means you need to do email marketing integration on your website so that you can collect emails of people on your website, so that, because at the end of the day, when people come to your website, they already have interest. So remember, they're already on the second step on the customer journey funnel, okay? So they already have the interest. So it's easy for you to reach out to them. Remember, email marketing works very well with remarketing. Email marketing works well with remarketing. So you need to send out emails to people who you already know their interest. The fact that they came to your website, it means they have they already have interest. So you can have an email marketing integration plugin, and then multiple payment options. You're having Visa payments, M-Pesa, Paybill, all those things. Okay, so you can have the multiple payment options as plugins. You can download plugins on WooCommerce, Easy Digital Downloads, or WP e-commerce. You can download them on WooCommerce, Easy Digital Downloads, or WP e-commerce. Okay, remember, at the end of the day, most people don't go to sites with their machines. I know not everyone has a laptop, not everyone has a tablet, but more and more people have smartphones. Okay, more and more people have smartphones. So you've created your site, you need to ensure that it is mobile friendly. Sorry, when I go to your website using my phone, it looks nice. It's not complicated for me to maneuver. Okay, so you need to ensure that your site is mobile friendly. How do you do that? You can go to g.co/test my site to ensure to check how mobile friendly your site is. g.co/test my site. Dinah will post the link in the chat section to ensure that your site is mobile friendly. Go look at how your site appears on the mobile phone. Okay, so that's something that you would want to look at. g.co/test my site. And I think I will be taking more questions at this point. I will also be taking more questions at this point. Do I have any questions so far? Any questions so far? Do I have any questions up to this point? Any questions up to this point? All right. So if there are no questions, remember to also tell me no questions so that we can move on to the last part of the session. We have the last part of the session right now. So using social media to grow your business. How do you decide on the social media platform to use? All right. So if there are no questions, please indicate no questions. Thank you, Dinah, for that. You can copy that link, g.co/test my site, to understand or to check how your site is mobile friendly. Thank you so much, Caroline. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. Any questions up to that point? Do I have any questions? Caroline has said no question. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much for that. Remember, I said we will be giving certificates for every session. So remember to sign up. Remember to fill in the attendance form. Dinah will post the attendance form in the chat section. Please fill in the attendance form with your correct name as you would want for it to appear on your certificate, right? So Dinah will post the attendance form on the website. Make sure you fill it out with your correct name, right? So we'll move on to the last part of the session, which is utilizing social media to drive sales. When you started the session, I talked about, what are the benefits that you've gotten by taking your business on the online space. So this is more or less a restructure of that question. And I remember we dropped our responses. We talked about a wider reach. We talked about more sales, right? So this is basically, that's it. The benefits that you get for by taking, your business on the online space, you get to generate more sales. You're able to sell to more people because you're not just limited to walk-in customers. All right. You can make online sales. You can add value to your brand. How are you positioning yourself on the online space? How are you talking to people? How, are you responding to inquiries on time? So you can build your brand reputation via the online space, via social media. You can build your brand reputation. You can improve your marketing because you look at the end of the day, maybe at the end of the month, I go and look at my data and insights on Facebook, and I see that these are the kind of content that I've been posting. I've been posting videos, I've been posting images, but more people are interacting with my video posts more. So that means that I should probably use more video posts. Okay, assuming I'm a business and I make post maybe in the morning and then I make another post in the evening every day. But I see that my morning posts are not getting the traction that I need. So obviously, it means that my target audience is mostly online in the evening. Okay, so it would make more sense to make evening posts than morning posts because what is the point of making a post in the morning if it's not getting the traction that I need? Do you understand? So these are some of the marketing decisions that you make when you look at your data and insights. How do you build relationships and networks? How do I ensure that I have a good customer support system? Okay, what is my turnaround time of responding to inquiries? Okay, am I just making a post and then I have people commenting and then I respond to them 2 or 3 days later? Okay, so you need to see how you can do or improve your customer support, and then you're able to stay competitive because you're always looking at what your competitors are doing. You're always looking at staying ahead of the game. Do you understand? So when you're creating your social media strategy, all right, remember you're creating a social media strategy. This is not your digital marketing strategy. This is something different. This is specifically for your social media. There are 5 things that you need to look at. You need to look at your audience, your business goals, your social media platforms, the platforms available. What is your tone of voice? And then what does success look like to you? Okay. And we'll go through each one by one. So I insist, and I've said this over and over again, the audience is the common denominator on all the platforms that you decide to use. You need to understand, who are my audience? Who am I targeting? What are their interests? What are their values? What influences them? All right. When are they usually online? And I've talked about this when I talked about when I talked about the marketing decisions. When are they usually online? Which social media do they use? There's no point in me focusing my efforts on Twitter when I cannot make sales on Twitter. Twitter is very good for trending conversations. And we look at the features of each platform. Then, what are my goals? I've understood my audience. So, what do I want to achieve as a business? All right. Do I just want to get better customer service? Do I want to be known as, this brand has really good customer service? Do I want to achieve brand awareness? I want more and more people to know about my business. Do I want to make more sales? Do I want more people to come to my site? Do I want more followers? Right? And then, or do I just want to connect with influencers? By the way, if you want to connect with influencers, Instagram is the best platform. And remember, the best thing about connecting with influencers as a business, you look at influencers that are in the same field that you're in. Look at influencers that are in the same field that you're in, because the people who follow them have the same interest. That means there's a possibility of them being interested in what you are offering. So don't just follow any influencer. Look at your influencer, look at their interests, look at their industries, okay? Because the people who follow them basically have the same perceptions of interest, okay? So you can actually even get more followers or increase your conversations and engagement from that. So what are your business goals? You need to have a business goal. Then the social media platforms, okay? I want to create a social media platform. Is it for business focus or is it for lifestyle focus? All right. Then you need to start, when you want to get started with a social media platform, don't just open on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. Okay. Test one, learn, or you can open one or two, Facebook, Instagram together. See what actually works for you. Don't spread out all your efforts and then nothing gives back. Okay. So start with one, test, learn, and try another. Then the different channels need different strategies. Like I mentioned, we're going to look at the different channels and what are the features of each channel. Then what is your tone of voice? When you go to KCB, okay, they're very witty. They're very witty with their responses. When you go to Safaricom, you can see how they respond to people. They're fun, you know. So, what is your tone of voice? Do you want to be corporate with your responses? You want to be witty? You want to be fun? Okay. You need to figure out your tone of voice. Then, what are your brand guidelines? So, my brand guidelines could be this is how we create our posters. Our maybe our logo should appear at the bottom right. Our logo should appear at the top right. Okay, these are the brand guidelines that we have. This is our turnaround time for response. Because remember, when you're getting someone on board as a social media manager, they need to understand, because it's more or less like a deliverable for them. They need to know my turnaround time for responses is maybe 2 hours. You have a graphic designer. This is how we design our images. Okay, so what are your brand guidelines? Your logo use. How are you using your logo? Your fonts and colors. I talked about this when I said it's important to identify your fonts and colors. Then the do's and don'ts. Okay, this is not what we are supposed to do on social media. This is what we are supposed to do on social media. And then your style of images. People relate with this more. I can look at your flyer and even just seeing your logo, or even before seeing your logo and looking at how the flyer looks like, I'll be like, it's mostly Afro women who have their images like this. Okay, so I already know your clients, your customers already know your style of images. And then what does success look like to you? Okay, what does success look like to you? You had your goals. So what does success look like to you? I got more followers in March. I have achieved my goal. That is success to me. I made more sales in January. Goal was to make more sales. So that is success to me. Okay. My brand reach, my brand engagement or awareness has improved. So that is what success looks like to me. Remember, one business's success is not the same as the other. It depends on the goal that you set for yourself. So looking at the different social media platforms that you use, and this is the last part of this class, looking at the different social media platforms that you use. I've mentioned that each platform has different features. Twitter is good for trending conversations, quick fire conversations. I want to know what's trending right now. I'll just go to Twitter and look at trending topics. Okay, so you can create a professional looking profile. Remember, have your header, image, and name, whichever platform that you use. I think the common thing is basically have your logo as the profile image and an image that best represents what your business does as the cover image. So with Twitter, you use a lot of hashtags. But remember, even when you want to take part in trending conversations, it need to make sense. It can't be I'm making maybe, let's say, what is trending right now. Maybe uh, I'm trying to get an example. Maybe the Safari Rally is trending. Okay, Safari Rally is trending, but maybe I'm a fashion business, and I have an event coming up. It doesn't even make sense to have the hashtag Safari Rally as my hashtag. Okay, so they need to make sense. The conversations that you hop on, it needs to make sense. It needs to be relatable with your post, and make sure that sorry about that. Make sure that besides the post that you make, you're engaging with people, engage with other posts, retweet, all right, things that make sense, that are relatable to your business. Okay. If you have important information that you want people to look at when they come to your site, you can pin that as a message. When they come to your site, they'll read that message first before any other thing. Facebook is also very visual. You can do a lot of storytelling on Facebook. You need to use, you can do video posts on Facebook. You can do image posts on Facebook. At the end of the day, make sure you populate your site well, your opening hours, contact hours. You can link it with the Instagram. You can link it with your WhatsApp business. And I said it's important to have a call to action on your posts. Shop now, contact now, buy now, call us now. Okay. You can use GIFs on Facebook. Okay. But remember, like I've said, people are very storytelling is the future of marketing. So make sure you can do multiple images. Okay. You can do short videos, not long videos, because you can do short videos, right? Then Instagram, you can see, Instagram is very visual. People use a lot of images on Instagram. Okay, so you can do multiple image posts. Right? I've said Instagram is very good if you want to follow influencers. Okay, with Instagram you can also use hashtags. Just don't overdo them. Some people have like 15 hashtags on one post. It does not make sense, right? LinkedIn, if you want to be a thought leader, if you want to be a thought leader, you can use LinkedIn as that platform. This, I think LinkedIn would work very well with a consultancy business. I would recommend LinkedIn if you were a consultancy business. And I know I had, who was it who had asked in the chat section? um, I can't remember the name, but I remember. So LinkedIn is very good for that. Create a company page, all right? Create a company page, populate it. What do you do? All right. So when I go to LinkedIn, there are several pages that I go to learn more about if it's digital marketing, social media, the social media today, because I know the new trends. They will always post about new trends on digital marketing. They will always post about new trends on social media marketing, and I'm not the only one. So you see, they've already established themselves as thought leaders on that space. Okay, so LinkedIn is very good for that. If you want to be a thought leader, all right, get more people to come to your page first. Remember, the most important thing we're looking at is the customer journey funnel. Start with awareness before you move people down in the chat section. So that would be it for today. If I have any questions, yes, thank you so much, Charity, for that. Thank you so much, Charity. Dinah has posted the attendance form in the chat section. Please make sure you fill in the attendance form. Okay, let me look at this. Sorry. Please make sure you fill in the attendance form in the chat section. Sorry, I'm just make sure you fill in the attendance form in the chat section. See. I'm just trying to repost it. Sorry. I'm just reposting it for you again in the chat section. Make sure you fill in the attendance form, the one that I have just posted. Please make sure you fill in the attendance form, the one that I've just posted in the chat section. This is the correct attendance form, and input your correct name as you would want for it to appear in the chart, in your certificate. Please make sure you fill in the attendance form as I have posted it in the chat section. Use the one that, so my name, Berry Lokwach, use the form that I have posted in the chat section. That is the correct attendance form. So please make sure you fill in the attendance form with your correct name. So that would be it. Charity, thank you so much, Beryl, for great content, and Dana for keeping it active on the chats. We got an invite for 2 sessions. Will the other sessions be posted? So the next session will be on, this is the first session. Like I mentioned, even in the email, we have 8 sessions. So this is the first session. The second session will be on 12th. That is on Thursday, same time, 2 p.m. The next session will be on 12th, on Thursday at 2 p.m. So on Thursday, 2 p.m. East Africa time, make sure you log in for the second part, which is creating a digital marketing plan for your business. So that is the second class. Remember, you can always access the recording of this session with the same link that you joined with. You can get the recording. So if you want to go back over the content that we've talked about, you can always go to use the same link to access the recording. So remember to also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Digital Skills for Africa, or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Impact Her. Okay. And then remember to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. Remember to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. Dinah will also post the link in the chat section. So that's it for today. I think I've taken 11 minutes over and above the 1 hour mark that we had. I'm so sorry for that, but I hope that you've gained so much and you've had a good time and it was worth your time being here. Thank you so much and enjoy your afternoon. Bye, guys. Bye. Do I have any question that I've missed? Make sure you fill in the attendance form kindly. So thank you so much and goodbye. Enjoy your evening.